Welcome to this week's motorcycle news. Last month, word broke about the Bagger Racing League. No, not the King of Baggers. This is different. This is going to be centered around V-twins, and it'll be much like the King of Baggers, but it's going to have some different stuff in it. A lot of the teams that were involved in the King of Baggers race at Laguna Seca last fall were involved in forming this league. So, more than 100 Harley-Davidsons showed up at SoCal's Chuckwalla Valley Raceway for a track day. This is slated to be a nationwide race series consisting of 4 classes: Hooligan GP, Big Twin GP, Stunt GP, and Bagger GP. Now, the Hooligan is for Sportsters and Scouts and Buells. Next up is the Big Twins, where we'll see Pushrod Indians, Dynas, FXRs, and Softails. Then, this is where it's going to get interesting. For the Stunners, they have to qualify the night before by putting on a stunt show to determine their starting position. Then, of course, the main event is going to be the Baggers. And many of these teams may participate in the King of Baggers race as well. Now, attending an event at this race is supposed to be more like a mini rally, and is going to include things like bike shows, stunt shows, live music, and having a vendor village. While we're on racing news, former Harley-Davidson factory team member Dalton "Go Time" Gauthier signs with D&D Cycles out of Florida to race in the American Flat Track Production Twins class. I expressed disappointment when Harley-Davidson dropped the factory racing teams, but I'm glad to see some of these racers are getting picked up and back on the track. Also in the last week, the Custom 1250 performance motorcycle planned for 2021 by Harley-Davidson disappeared from the website. This is something I've been following pretty closely, and I had the Custom 1250 page bookmarked, and when I went to go look at it this week to see if there was any changes, this is what I got. Well, I'm not sure what this means, except maybe they're getting ready to publish some new information about the 1250, which is slated to be released in the near future. And based on the information we got when they did the Pan America launch, I think it's going to be in the really near future. This week, Indian released their 2021 Chieftain Elite. They made this announcement with a lot less fanfare than they did the cheap models they released a few weeks ago. The company decided to celebrate the 120-year anniversary of the Chief with a limited run of 120 hand-painted motorcycles. These anniversary editions will be the most exclusive Elite models yet. The bike is still powered by a Thunderstroke 116 and has a $35,000 MSRP. Alright, lastly, for you adventure riders, we have a little Honda news. Honda filed for a trademark of the Transalp name. Info is scarce, but insiders suggest this could be a middleweight adventure bike. The Transalp was a series of middleweight adventure bikes that were produced from 1987 to 2012. I was not into adventure motorcycles at that time, so I really don't know much about them, and I don't think I've ever seen one. Well, that about does it for this week's news. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you do that YouTube thing, check out the content on my channel, and if you dig it, don't forget to subscribe down below, ring that bell to be notified the next time I drop a new video, and as always, thank you for support, stay safe, and keep on riding.